And developing this morning, dozens of Texas House Democrats are here thanks to some help from Governor JB Pritzker. It is not the first time Illinois has been used to help lawmakers from other states avoid a vote. Wisconsin Democrats came here in the past to stop a vote on a union-busting bill. And now the Texans are here to break quorum to halt a plan to redraw congressional districts in Texas. The new gerrymandered map could give Republicans 5 more congressional seats. Here's why the governor says he's helping.
So Trump came up with a new scheme, rig the system by ramming through a corrupt mid-decade redistricting plan that would steal 5 congressional seats, silencing millions of voices, especially Black and Latino voters.
Some Illinois Republican lawmakers are calling Pritzker a hypocrite because Illinois has also been accused of gerrymandering its map in favor of Democrats. We are joined live now by CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe. Good morning, Ed. Good to see you.
Dana, great to be in your neck of the woods. Never been to St. Charles before, but a lovely little town. And who knew Texas politics would come here?
I mean, I did not think that was about to happen. I did not. But, you know, considering it has, we know the new map in Texas passed a vote Saturday morning, and there was supposed to be another meeting on it today. So, considering this latest development, what happens now?
Yeah, so it passed through a committee on Saturday. They were set to hold a vote in the state house down in Austin, Texas today. That the Democrats left the state, enough of them, to break quorum or essentially block the vote from happening means this issue essentially gets put off for a little while. And we'll wait and see how the Republican Governor Greg Abbott, the Republican Attorney General respond to this today, whether they seek to have these legislators sent back to Texas, whether they threaten them with arrest, and they're facing big fines as well. They've done this a few different times this century over similar legislation. What we've never really seen before is the fact that a president is involved in this. They are doing this down in Texas because President Trump wants state Republicans to come up with 5 more districts in which his party could conceivably win seats next year. The Democrats say the fact that state Republicans are taking cues from the White House is something they can't support and that their constituents don't want.
So will this temporary escape actually stop a vote potentially? I mean, could it kind of, you know, force folks to pay attention and maybe put pressure on lawmakers to not redraw the map?
That is their hope, that Democrats from Texas, now here in Illinois, some visiting New York today, others going to a conference in Boston, can help build national awareness about this and put pressure on the White House and Republicans down in Texas to stop this. Here's the thing. They've tried this before. It has not worked, and it's unclear whether this time they're willing to defy Republican leaders in Texas long enough to compel them to move on to other issues. Remember, the big one that they were supposed to be focused on during this special legislative session down in Texas is the flooding, of course, that killed several dozen people a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That issue hasn't been considered yet, so Republicans might say to them, you got to come back to at least talk about that. We'll see.
Yeah, which you think is still very top of mind, I would imagine, with you know, residents in Texas. Now, finally, what are your thoughts, if I may, on Governor Pritzker's involvement?
Notable that your governor is involved the way he is. Our understanding is that in meeting with a handful of Texas Republicans a few weeks ago, they started to broach the idea of coming here to Illinois and, in essence, camping out. They're at a hotel, but they're, you know, here. Would he be willing to help them? And he signaled that he would be. It's unclear what exactly he's done in terms of logistical or financial support for them. These Democrats are raising money from out-of-state Democrats to fund this trip and to help them pay the fines that they may face back in Texas. Pritzker obviously thinking about the White House in 2028, helping out some Democrats from the other end of the country, certainly helps build up his credentials with the party, and we'll see what more he does to help them.
He has been doing a lot to raise his national profile for sure, and this might be one of those things.
Sure.
All right,
has.
Ed O'Keefe, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Good to see you. Take care.